Hey, what's up, DNC Performance? It's technically the same day as the video that you watched yesterday, but I ended that one off with getting some wiring. So far, this is what I pulled out already. Now that fuse box I had put in originally, and then there was like a bus terminal and everything, but everything was piled up over here, and it looked like shit. That terminal was on this fender. I moved it to over there. Shortened up all the front harness stuff to a Deutsch connector right there. I got to pull these 4 wires off and pull them in and then disconnect this one, but the truck is pretty much minimal. There's no heater, there's no nothing. It's just headlights, turn, brake lights, parking lights. Pretty much it left from factory. And this is like what's left from kind of going through this truck twice and gutting a lot out. Like basically from here over, I already had the whole thing gutted. You could see that's the plug port I was talking about. Everything is gone. That's where all the factory ECU stuff went through, the heater stuff went through. All that wiring is already gone. And I had kind of gone through this once, but as you can see, most of these wires go through the firewall, so I never really extensively went through this. I tried to minimize as much as I could and rewire to a different column for like a newer year, and we tried to keep everything, like the wipers. We tried to keep everything. We're at the point now, he's doing optic armor. Me personally, my personal opinion, you could argue it all day, I don't really care. I would not put wipers on optic armor or any kind of poly, Lexan, anything like that. It's a plastic, so if you're sweeping across the plastic, it's just gonna scratch it. So I don't think it's a good idea to have wipers. I mean, basically he's not getting wipers, so we already took them all off. They're gone. Like every single piece of it is gone. Which we showed in the other video. It was like 7 pounds, I think, was the wiper motor and arms. That's the Holly harness for the Terminator X, which is mounted up in the glove box. Well, on the back of the glove box, so he still has a glove box. Yeah, I pulled the dash out. He's got the 7-inch screen. Here's the headlight plugs, which I know work, so I need to just keep this side of that pile of shit in there, which should be like here. Yeah, this is one of them. This is both of them right here. So these 2 plugs I need to keep so that the headlight stuff works. But yeah, I mean, this right here, this is, and to be honest with you, this is Chrissy's fault. Jeff's wife, 100% her fault. She said, "Are you gonna do something about the wiring?" to Jeff, and Jeff has no choice but to say it to me. And now look where we're at. But it looks really good, so 100% right. The next thing we got to do is take care of brake lines. They just look trashy, so I'm gonna get through the wiring. But yeah, I wanted to show real quick, like, just how much crap there is, and the fact that, and I showed it in yesterday's, that glue right there it's impossible to get apart. But I'm gonna get on it. I'm gonna get the glue apart, and then I may finish this video tomorrow when I come back in, because it's already 3:15. I might get it done. We'll see, but I'll be back. Okay, so it's 4:25, and this is what I got left. So that's the fuse box. Here's for my lights. I'm not really sure what this plug is, but it had a fused and a high beam. So I think this was the switch on the dashboard for the high beam. So I won't need that switch. We just have to figure out the high beam switch. But this is for the lights on the dashboard, and I just have to rehook up ground and battery to it. This is the brake switch, which is super long. These are the turn signals. They're just super long, but these are all battery power, like just extra wires that most of them are like loomed up in there. But that's what I got rid of. Now mind you, I probably need that flasher and that flasher there. But the way they were wired didn't make any sense to me. But it could be this is hazard. That's why it has brown. So brown would go like parking lights all four corners. But that's all it has is two wires. There's the brown and the orange. So that's not a big deal. I can pop the flasher out and like hang it. Then I believe, I mean, I assume this is the turn signal, but it's purple and blue. So I don't know how flashers work. So I have to look that up because he's got that turn signal switch, the fancy one. So I have to figure out how to wire that. I've never really like wired flashers in, so that would be something new. Those wires there are mangled. Yeah. And these were going across there, so I'm not 100% sure. Oh, well, it's a good thing they don't go to anything. Literally, don't go to anything. Well, that can come out, so it's okay that I cut those. Now this wire here. See if we can find it over there. Oh, that's the old oil pressure sensor. Yeah, well, that's not a big deal. It's just three wires. We can put that back together. But, oh boy, hold on. Oh yeah. Alright, I'm coming. Okay. So that's the old oil pressure sensor wire. I'll stick this over here. What did I do with... I know I took the other ones out. But I had to unplug them to get the dash out. What did I do? There they are. Nah, now it makes sense. I was wondering why that looked cut. I thought maybe the painter cut it. We'll blame the painter, but I'm pretty sure it was me drilling the hole. So there's our oil pressure sensor, which we don't need that anymore because we got it in the Holly. Oh yeah, see? So this plug here goes to that little switch back there on the dashboard, which now we're going to use that for line lock. So what the hell, Jeffrey? What is this? What is that? Ashtray light? Oh, no, actually, yeah. Yeah, ashtray light, maybe an outlet, cigarette lighter outlet. Maybe. Be in there? Yeah, there could be one in there. Maybe I'll give him that. Just to be a jerk. Maybe I'll pop out in his lap. But yeah, so that's a lot of wire. And if I slam the door on all those other wires, that'd be awesome. is if I take all of this, bundle it up, I should actually weigh it all. Probably a few pounds worth of wiring. Mind you, I have to put a bunch back in it. What the hell is that? Oh, that's the other half of that. That's the power for it. So now I got everything back. Okay, cool. Garbage everywhere. Oh, that rubber was nasty. Well, it's glue. It was pretty nasty, but what I found was that panel actually does split, thankfully. So, yeah, this freaking crap is everywhere. So it does come off. It's difficult, but it's not impossible. But luckily, this panel split in half. Goes something like that. And it did split in half. I noticed it when I flipped it over that those the two tabs were there. So that made it so much nicer to get apart. But I will not glue the wires back in. I even got this little doohicker out without really destroying it. It's like a wire separator to keep them in a row or keep them square so they fit in there. I don't really know. So yeah, I'm gonna ream loom the brake switch, probably cut it shorter because I gotta connect the battery power to it anyways. And then like these purples, I have no idea what they go to. They weren't connected to anything. Usually a brake switch is power in and power out, so I'm not really sure. I mean, yeah, it's 3 wires. No, there's 4. Of course there's 4 wires on there. Oh, torque converter. Yep, which we won't need, so I'll depin whatever we don't need out of here, take it all apart. And this is the plug for the back, so it's all the way inside. It's definitely too long. Shorten that up. But what I'm going to start with is the Deutsch connector. I'm going to feed that back through the firewall. I'm going to get everything sorted out in here, like taped up and pulled aside and whatnot. I'm going to shove the Deutsch connector back through, connect it up there, and I'll connect it here first. That way I'm not, if it's I tug too hard, something stupid, you know. I don't want to tug hard on this side of the harness either. So it'd be nice to have a little bit of slack there to be able to unplug it. And then I'll just start chopping that, getting the loom on that. I'm not going to go crazy and go all the way into the truck. Kiss my ass, Jeff. But I will loom it down to probably that clip down there on the frame. That clip right there. I'll probably loom it just past that so the clip holds it, and then if ever we go farther back, we go farther back. The starter solenoid, I'm not going to come back out this side. And there's 2 fusible links too that were just in here and not connected to anything, which was cool. But the starter solenoid, the power wire is a mile long for it because it splits off and goes to something else. It's actually like 3 fuses in one, which is weird. Or it's 3 battery connections in one for the different slots in the fuse box. I'm not really sure. But this is the starter relay here that I put in. So I'm going to take and mount the starter relay more toward the center and run the solenoid wire out that side. There's a grommet right there in the floor, right there. So I'll run the solenoid wire, the purple wire, out that right to the starter. It'd be nice and short, and it'll be more hidden. instead of coming on this side and then going across to that side. So I'm going to try and keep everything that goes over there, except obviously the headlight stuff, which I think is just the solenoid wire. And then I'm going to go from there. Like I said, I'm going to add that ground block outside. Any grounds that I need to carry, I could carry them right out through the hole. It'll be easy enough. So yeah, we are freaking making progress. I would have expected this to be a lot worse. It's not. Any of these power wires that I end up not needing, I'll try and de-pin out of the fuse box. I may just leave them in the fuse box and like kind of cut the harness and coil it up. It's probably what I'll do, just in case in the future if we need a fused wire, we have one, an extra one. We don't have to like jump her off with something. But anyways, all that shit is for tomorrow. This light keeps blinding me, but that's all good. And I did bring the torch over just in case. No, but I'm happier now with how it's going to turn out overall, because that oh man, all up in my grill, that spot of wiring just drove me nuts. So Jeff's supposed to be coming up to size the seat, set the seat, so we could set the steering column. I took the dash out, but we could kind of pop the dash back in and kind of get an idea on where the steering column's going to sit. I'll probably end up making a bracket like first thing in the morning. Try and make like a bracket to mount in the factory location that I could kind of tack the column to. We'll see. A little piece of the wire, but yeah, that's it for this one. 2 videos, 1 day. I think it's pretty good. I'm getting way ahead of myself, and I don't want to get too far ahead. I'll forget where I'm at, and I'll never recover from it. But I appreciate you watching. Like, subscribe to the channel. Leave me, hit the bell to be notified of new videos. Leave me a comment. Have a good day.